Legal power is artificial power, which requires you to be a pretender to access legal tender. Do we understand what's going on? In your birth record, you need a pretender name in the legal world. You were very pretender at birth, so they gave a pretend name to you to act in the fiction. So they induced a name for you to believe, which is false, though you may have thought it was true. That's the definition of legal fiction. The assumption in the law that something which is false is true. To deceive, to induce someone to believe that something which is false is true. This is how the legal system operates. It works on inducement through misconception. So it's a misconception of birth. It is a miscarriage of justice. That's why they work in the dead. You're born dead. So when we're talking about legal power is artificial, you have to pay for this power. They call that the power of attorney. You're paying for the use of the power because you have no power without accessing it in their system, because they run legal tender, which is like the blood money currency flowing through their legal body corporate. Now, we know that that would not be free, so it's not free. There's nothing free in their world, and don't take anything for granted, because you may have assumed that that name was yours, and therefore you took it for granted, and you walked ahead under assumption. And when you assume, that's deceit in law. So therefore you're walking in deceit, but you're also walking with the burden that comes with that deceit, because you're trespassing now. And your consent now is considered to be involved. So therefore, if you're consenting, there's no mistake, and therefore they can charge you. It's like a willful trespass. Even though they will claim, of course, ignorance of the law is no excuse. But they never told you about ignorance of the fact is an excuse, that you didn't know that you were trespassing, nor did you realize that the name you were trespassing on wasn't yours, nor were you aware that there's a difference between the two names, that one name is truth and the other one is fiction that comes with legal liability for its use. So, remember, there's nothing free under the bondage world of the legal, because they bond age. You're not free in that world. You're under a position of acting as a surety under a willful trespass, and you're assuming the responsibility for such. So when we operate in this world, the confines of what comes with this are vast and great, and there is no relief when you're participating in the wrong.